In a quiet neighborhood, there lived a group of playful kittens who loved spending their afternoons playing video games together. They would gather in one kitten's house, their eyes wide with excitement as they battled dragons, raced through magical lands, and solved tricky puzzles on the screen. Laughter echoed through the room as the kittens competed and shared snacks. But among them was one little kitten who sat quietly in the corner. She didn't have a video game console at home, and no one had invited her to play. She watched her friends with longing eyes, feeling left out and sad. When she returned home, her mama cat noticed the sadness on her face. She gently asked her what was wrong. With a soft voice, the little kitten explained how all her friends had video games and how she couldn't play like them. Her mama hugged her tightly and promised that things would get better. The very next day, Mama Cat got to work. She began cooking delicious food at home: fresh fish pies, creamy cheese tarts, and warm milk cookies. She set up a small stall outside their home and started selling the food to neighbors and passers-by. Day after day, she worked hard, pouring love into every dish. People loved her cooking, and soon she began earning good money. The little kitten helped her too, packing the food and sometimes delivering small orders to nearby homes. After many days of hard work, Mama Cat finally had enough money. One morning, she left early and returned with a surprise hidden in a shiny box. The next morning, the little kitten woke up early with a new sense of excitement in her heart. She wanted to help her mama in any way she could. After breakfast, she picked up a small basket and went out to collect eggs from the chickens in the yard. One by one, she gently gathered the eggs, making sure none of them cracked. She smiled as she placed them carefully in the basket, thinking about how these eggs would soon become delicious meals her mama would cook and sell. One sunny afternoon, Mama Cat and her baby went to the garden and picked a bunch of juicy grapes. They giggled and played as they carefully gathered the ripest ones, their little basket soon overflowing. Back at home, they washed the grapes and made fresh sweet juice. The kitchen filled with the fruity aroma as they blended and poured it into their favorite cups. Then, Mama Cat took out some bread, cheese, and vegetables and made a warm, oven-baked sandwich filled with love and flavor. The sandwich sizzled as it baked, and Baby Cat's eyes sparkled with excitement. Once everything was ready, they packed their lunch and went to the nearby park. The sky was clear, the breeze was soft, and birds were chirping all around. Under the shade of a big tree, they sat on a cozy blanket and enjoyed their delicious homemade meal: grape juice and warm sandwich, smiling, laughing, and enjoying every bite. It was a perfect picnic day full of love, food, and happy memories. It was a calm and sunny morning when Mama Cat and her little kitten decided to visit the garden. With a small basket in their paws, they picked fresh vegetables: bright red tomatoes, crispy cucumbers, crunchy lettuce, and colorful carrots. They smiled as they chose each ingredient with care, knowing they were going to make something special together. After collecting everything, they returned home. In the cozy kitchen, Mama Cat showed her baby how to wash and slice the vegetables safely. They chopped the lettuce, diced the tomatoes, and added a sprinkle of salt and a dash of olive oil. Together, they tossed everything in a big wooden bowl and made a fresh, crunchy salad. The colors looked so cheerful and the smell was light and delicious. Then, they packed the salad in a lunch basket and headed back to a quiet corner of the garden. There, under a shady tree with soft grass beneath them, they laid out a small mat and sat down. Birds were chirping, butterflies floated by, and a soft breeze gently rustled the leaves. They enjoyed the salad bite by bite, talking, laughing, and feeling proud of what they had made. The next day, Mama Cat and her little kitten woke up early with bright smiles on their faces. It was another sunny morning, and they had a fun plan in mind. Holding a small basket between them, they headed out to the garden once again, this time to pick fresh, juicy grapes. The grapes hung in big purple bunches, shining under the morning light. The kitten giggled as he gently plucked each one, while Mama Cat reminded him to be careful and only take the ripe ones. Their baskets slowly filled up with delicious grapes, and they happily returned home. Once they arrived, they began washing the grapes in the kitchen sink. The water splashed softly as the grapes rolled around, clean and shiny. The little kitten loved helping, using his tiny paws to gently rinse each grape. After drying them with a soft cloth, Mama Cat brought out a mixing bowl and a few ingredients for something special. They were going to bake a cake. They worked together, mixing flour, eggs, milk, sugar, and a little bit of vanilla. Mama Cat poured the batter into a round cake pan and placed it in the oven. As it baked, the warm, sweet smell filled the kitchen. The kitten watched the timer closely, his tail swaying with excitement. When the cake was ready, they let it cool and then decorated it with the freshly picked grapes, placing them neatly on top like little purple jewels. It looked beautiful and smelled even better, but that wasn't all. They also made a refreshing juice using the remaining grapes. It was a bright and energetic morning when Mama Cat and her little kitten got ready for a new adventure. They had a special plan today. Carrying their small baskets, they went back to the garden, full of excitement. Their goal? To collect as many grapes as they could. The grapes were hanging in plump, juicy bunches, and with happy hearts, they carefully picked them one by one, chatting and giggling all the way. Once they had gathered enough, they returned home. Mama Cat turned on the kitchen heater to gently warm the grapes. The little kitten helped by placing them in a pot. Slowly, the grapes became soft and warm, and the sweet aroma filled the room. After that, they began the juicing process, pressing and squeezing the grapes until the fresh purple juice filled the bowls. Mama Cat poured the juice into clean bottles, while the kitten helped wipe and label them. They even added cute little stickers to make the packaging look nice. After everything was ready, they packed the bottles into a basket and walked to the nearby market. The little stall they set up was simple but full of charm. People passing by were drawn to the delicious smell and beautiful bottles. Many came to taste and buy the grape juice. It was a gentle and quiet morning when Mama Cat's good friend, Little Dove, flew into the garden carrying something special in her beak. Fresh eggs she had carefully collected. She gently placed them in a little basket near Mama Cat's cozy kitchen. Mama Cat smiled warmly and thanked her kind friend for the lovely gift. Looking at the eggs, Mama Cat got an idea. She would make a small cake for her kittens. She brought out her little mixing bowl and carefully cracked the eggs. She added flour, a little sugar, milk, and a dash of vanilla. The kitten sat nearby, watching closely as she mixed all the ingredients together with love and care. She poured the smooth batter into a tiny baking pan and placed it into the preheated oven. As it baked, the soft scent of vanilla cake filled the air. The kittens danced around in excitement, their noses twitching from the sweet smell. One chilly winter afternoon, Mama Cat and her little kitten were playing joyfully in the snow. The ground was covered in soft white snowflakes, and they rolled snowballs, made snow angels, and chased each other, laughing all the way. Their whiskers were cold, but their hearts were warm with fun. As they walked closer to a frozen pond, something caught the kitten's eye. A small shape moving near the water. They stepped closer, and to their surprise, it was a tiny penguin. The little penguin was shivering and looked lost. Mama Cat gently walked up to it and gave it a warm scarf from her basket. The penguin looked up with thankful eyes and gave a happy little squeak. Seeing that the penguin had no one around, Mama Cat decided to bring it home. The kitten held its flipper gently as they walked through the snow together. Once home, they wrapped the penguin in a soft blanket and placed it near the fireplace. The house quickly filled with warmth, not just from the fire, but from the kindness they had shown. Mama Cat prepared a warm bowl of fish soup for their new friend, while the kitten brought out his toys.